in southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 5:30 on Thursday, August the 29th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. If you're heading out, you might need a light jacket. For those of you who don't like some chilly temps, while it's not freezing, it might be a little bit nipply. Let's bring in Kelly this morning to give us a better breakdown of what the temperatures are looking like. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning, Will. We are seeing those cooler temperatures this morning thanks to plenty of clear skies. Let's go ahead and check on satellite and radar. Really not too much to show you, but that's just to explain why it is so cold overnight. That's what we're looking at as we head to your satellite and radar. You can see really no clouds, clear skies. That's why our temperatures are a little bit on the chillier side. And because of those clear skies, we're looking at that fog as well, especially to the south and into Ashland and Moorhead as well. So just be very careful on the roadways this morning. Here in Hazard, you can see we do see plenty of fog. We can't really see across the street, so that's indicative of some pretty thick fog for us here in Perry County. So just take it easy on the roads this morning. Give yourself a little bit of extra time. And those temperatures definitely a little bit chilly out there, mid to upper 50s. How are our temperatures going to be this afternoon? I will let you know here in just a little bit. Will?
All righty, Kelly, thank you. Well, we're following breaking news this morning out of Rockcastle County. One person is dead following a crash. Police say the person was driving south on Interstate 75 when it went off the roadway and into a creek. This happened near the Flat Gap Road overpass. The coroner told us the only victim was thrown from the car. He is a 21-year-old man from Tennessee. At first, crews did not know if anyone else was in the car. That's because it was partially submerged in the water. State police are leading this investigation. Happening today, President Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., visits the mountains. He tried to strike up support for Governor Bevin ahead of the November election. For a preview of what we can expect, WYMT's Madison Pergram joins us again this morning. Madison?
Yes, Will, no matter people's party affiliations, both Republicans and Democrats told us this week it is nice to see so much focus on Kentucky. For Governor Bevin's campaign, it's been a month of heavyweights trying to close the door early on Democratic challenger Andy Beshear. In 1 month's time, the president, vice president, and later today, Don Jr. will all have visited the Bluegrass, two of them visiting eastern Kentucky. President Trump won Kentucky by a landslide in 2016, and some political experts believe he is using this as a measuring stick for 2020.
Trump brought people out that hadn't voted. And so this is kind of a little bit of a early 2020 test for the Trump campaign.
I'm expecting it to be like a really huge turnout, honestly. I think that a lot of people will come, even from other counties.
Well, before heading to Pikeville, Trump Jr. will begin the day with Governor Bevin and others in McCreary County for a ribbon-cutting ceremony. He will also make a stop here in Hazard for a private event.
It's going to be an interesting day for sure.
It will for sure.
Thank you, Madison. Now, some believe the May primary might have shown some vulnerability in Governor Bevin's campaign. This is a look at the results from a few months ago. Governor Bevin carried most of eastern Kentucky in 2015, but here you can see in May, one of his challengers, Robert Goforth, colored orange, took much of eastern and southeastern Kentucky. Well, new this morning, a Floyd County pastor is behind bars. A grand jury indicted Bobby Blackburn yesterday. He faces 2 counts of allegedly trying to procure a minor through an electronic device to commit a sexual offense. Investigators arrested him in May. They say he texted an underage girl in an attempt to have sex with her earlier this year. A new twist in the case, though, he is also facing similar charges now in connection with the 2016-2017 case. A man now faces a murder charge in connection to Savannah Spurlock's death. A grand jury indicted David Sparks yesterday. Sparks was one of the men last seen with Spurlock. Surveillance pictures show them leaving a Lexington bar on January 4th. Police arrested him in July when they found Spurlock's remains buried in a home owned by Sparks' father. The grand jury also indicted Sparks for tampering with evidence and abuse of a corpse. The police have not said how Spurlock died. Sparks is scheduled to appear in court 1 week from tomorrow. Breathitt County's Judge Executive Jeff Noble is out of jail this morning as the saga between him and the fiscal court grows. Those who have known Noble for years say the charges don't match the man. I went to Breathitt County yesterday to get people's reaction. This scene Tuesday still has those who know Judge Noble upset.
This is ludicrous. I mean, the man wouldn't do anything to what they're accusing him of.
Jeff Noble faces charges in 2 separate instances where he is accused of using county money to fix a private bridge and using county credit cards to buy gas for personal use.
So when this happened, I was like, this can't be happening.
Tommy Miller has 45 years of history with Judge Noble and is now his pastor.
It's been a long process, but we're hanging in there, and Jeff is too.
Miller says they are praying for Noble, hoping this spat with the fiscal court will run its course.
God will prevail, and I think good will come out of all of it.
Noble ran on a platform of fixing things. While this is slowing it down, those who know Noble believe it will not stop him from doing what he believes is right.
Jeff wants to help the children and make our community, try to get jobs in here. And I know that seems almost impossible, but anything's possible with God. And I think Jeff just wanted to see a change.
Even as he and the fiscal court battle it out. Now Noble bonded out on a $2,000 surety bond. We are still working to learn his court date. Now another scare at a Kentucky school, this time in central Kentucky. School officials say a student was found with a loaded gun. This happened at the new Great Crossing High School in Scott County. Officials say a 15-year-old boy was hiding this loaded handgun in his waistband while in and around the school. A tip from another student led officers to act fast.
Literally within just minutes, I mean, we're talking less than 10 minutes, have this student not only identified, but located and detained with a gun recovered.
The student has since been arrested. Police say he will be charged with possession of a weapon on school property, while other charges are pending. Reported threats caused low attendance yesterday in a county. Posts floating around the internet the past few days indicate rumors of a possible planned school shooting somewhere in Kentucky. Monday, the FBI office in Louisville tweeted that it is aware of the unspecified internet threat. However, they said there is no evidence that the threat is credible. The FBI sent a statement to all school superintendents to warn of any suspicious activity. 2 people are behind bars after a toddler was found walking around a parking lot. Barberville police say it happened at Catron Square Apartments Tuesday morning. They found a 3-year-old child all alone wearing nothing but a diaper outside the building. When they found the child's caretakers, both were passed out and the apartment was filled with drugs. Jennifer and Maxina Gambrell were arrested and faced multiple charges, including first-degree criminal abuse of a child. We are learning more about the McCreary County toddler who died after being assaulted. The victim is 2-year-old Kimber Collins. State police arrested Michael Huff in connection to her death. Troopers say the assault happened last week, but the child was not taken to the hospital until Sunday. She died Tuesday at UK Hospital. Police say the suspect is the child's mother's boyfriend. The prosecutors say he plans to seek a charge. Well, the search continues for a missing mother in Louisville. 37-year-old Andrea Nabel has been missing for 2 weeks. She was last seen walking away from her sister's house. Search and rescue crews spent hours looking for her yesterday. Her family does not know what happened to her.
There's hope that nothing negative has been found yet. There are no negative facts. There's no proof of anything that has happened that would hurt her health. And that's what gives me hope. So we're hoping for the best, and we're gonna look till the conclusion of it and the best we can.
Nabel has helped the organization Missing in America find missing people around the United States. She has 2 children. There will be more on that story coming up on CBS this morning. Well, it appears a judge will have to make a decision on whether or not Lieutenant Governor Jeanine Hampton has the right to hire and fire her own staff. Hampton sued Governor Matt Bevin after she claimed he had 2 of her staffers fired earlier this year. The lieutenant governor says she should be the only one that has that authority for her office. Last week, a judge asked both sides to come to an agreement outside of the courtroom. A motion filed yesterday says both sides have met and no settlement was reached. A judge will now make a decision. Kentucky has not legalized marijuana. Louisville, however, is a step closer after a policy change yesterday. Most people caught with a small amount of marijuana in Metro Louisville will no longer face legal trouble. The Jefferson County Attorney announced his office will no longer prosecute possession cases involving less than an ounce. Police may still issue a citation, but it'll be dismissed as long as it's the only charge or the most serious charge involved. Marijuana possession by those under 21 may still be prosecuted, so will trafficking and growing charges. A Pike County church is planning to open a daycare. We will tell you about their plans.
Sunshine lovers, do I have good news for you? Our next rain chance isn't for a while, but I'll let you know when it is coming up.